How does it feel to have this big showroom?
To be very honest, there were many bold moves which we took at that time.
What were those moves? Now tell me more about artifacts. How do you choose artifacts?
First is, of course, staying in line with the trends. We also do a lot of research. We travel, we curate on our own. We don't just go by catalogs. Unless and until you see a product, you see the finish, you see the texture on it, it's very difficult.
So you mentioned that you travel to Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh. What's the beauty of that state and what's the beauty of Maharashtra?
See, I would say the craftsmanship. They do it with a lot of love, especially in India. Every product, when they curate or when they create, it's they put in all the effort.
Have you seen any difference between young designers and the older ones?
If any senior architect walks in, I think somewhere they lean more towards vintage products.
Okay.
But new architects or young architects, they are open for experimentation.
Did any client have funny demand or something different?
So there are many such experiences, but one which I can think of is very quirky and funny at the same time.
Welcome back to another episode of Drafting Minds. Our guest for today is someone who has a comprehensive showroom of artifacts, soft furnishing, and she also has an entire floor dedicated to veneers. So very excited to have a conversation with her.
I am Preeti Maheshwari, co-founder of Bella Homes, the ultimate luxury store. Bella Homes is a one-stop organization wherein we have almost all the categories of products which are required for interior projects.
With that, let's draft our mind, and without any further ado, let's jump into the conversation. So let's talk about your journey. What was your journey like? So how do you end up in this field in interior styling?
So to be very honest, it's quite an interesting one. I come from a financial background.
Yeah.
I'm a chartered accountant. I worked in a Big Four firm for more than 15 years.
Okay, that's amazing.
And then after that, I thought of taking a break for a while. And during that break time, I was just having a casual conversation with my brothers, who were already into some business related to plywood, hardware, and all of that. And then during that casual conversation, we were just discussing what next in interior business and all of that. And that is where this idea came in. We were why not create a one-stop organization where we try to cater to almost all the product categories in interiors business. And yeah, that was the a very casual conversation, but yeah, that casual conversation led to this showroom.
Okay, so this showroom, let's talk about this showroom. How does it feel to have this big showroom?
Of course, it feels amazing now, but when we started, it was a long journey.
Okay.
Because there were, to be very honest, there were many bold moves which we took at that time. And see, we come from a Marwadi background, so business is fine, but normal business, this is not something which we were ever doing in our...
And also, this is something that people don't know.
Yeah.
People just consider this as they just think that artifacts are not necessary, but they are. So after that,
so see, at least if you ask me, my personal view is that furniture is important. It's necessary.
Absolutely.
And of course it's functional, but I somehow feel that artifacts or any other styling element, for example soft furnishing, they just elevate your space. They and somewhere you feel that feeling of having a home sinks in only when you have all these elements.
Absolutely.
Because of course you can, everything else is, I would say, structure, layouts, then furniture, all of that creates a structure. But when you want to give a soul or have that environment where you just want to spend long hours and all of that, then I personally feel that artifacts or any styling element which has its own story matters a lot, and that creates a conversation. Even if you have guests coming in, and if you have some statement of piece which is they will look and they'll wait, and then it starts a conversation. So I somehow feel that these are very necessary, and people nowadays have started like paying
Okay.
attention, like
Okay.
they want to have unique products. They like think before buying. So somewhere I think trends are changing, mindset is changing. So yeah, long way to go, but yeah, people are giving
Now people are
importance. Yes.
considering interior styling as
Yes.
something important.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
then talking about your journey, your bold moves, what were those moves?
So I meant to start with first bold move was like thinking this big. To be very honest, we didn't take a shorter route of having a small showroom testing water and all. We
Yeah.
just went big. We were like let's have a store where we try to have almost all the product categories. I'm not saying we have all, but we have tried to cover most of the
Yeah.
categories of products. So that move itself was very big, that concept or that idea. And of course, like there were a lot of other things, right, from managing the inventory, and that meant higher investment, like more inventory, and the pressure to ensure that like it you make it, like
Yeah. Yeah.
that pressure was always there.
Yeah.
And of course we still have that pressure. So yeah.
And then obviously, if you have such a big showroom, you need a team.
Yeah.
And let's talk about your team. How's your team? Who all are
So
there? Yeah.
see, when we started this showroom, it was only three of us, I and my
Okay.
two brothers.
Okay.
That's how we started. But I think there are many steps to it. First is of course concept, idea, but then having right suppliers, identifying the right vendors. Because see, the moment you have reliable vendors, your like most of the burden is taken care
Yeah.
of, because credibility and all of that matters a lot in this business. So having right vendors on the board, and then of course team, like but we fairly had all the new team members. We trained ourselves, we trained them. So it was all like team effort. But yeah, now fairly we have a settled team. All of them are like they know in and out about everything what we are doing currently. And yeah, otherwise it's like we are managing anything and everything.
Yeah.
Because in this business, retail business, you can't leave it to like of course you are dependent on your staff, your team and everyone, but crucial decisions like having whom on board, or like what products to have in your store, that all decision still lies with us.
So with that said, how do you choose products? How do you choose artifacts?
So we travel, we curate on our own. We
Okay.
don't just go by catalogs. So we do get catalogs from multiple vendors, but we, to be very honest, don't go just by catalogs, because unless and until you see a product, you see the finish, you see the texture on it, it's very difficult from catalog. And we all know now photos and all,
Yeah.
like we are in AI era, so we normally like see the product and then buy. And we travel, I and my brother, we travel across
Okay.
India.
Okay.
So when we started this showroom, before like deciding which all product categories we need to have, we traveled across India. And fortunately or unfortunately, that time like because of COVID, travel to China and everything was not that easy. I would say that was a fortunate thing. We traveled across India. We could go to smallest like villages of Rajasthan, or like Chhattisgarh for that matter. We collected dokra art, we collected like rock dokra, brass, heritage products. This is all like curated by us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you traveled so much. So
Yes.
what's there in India? So you mentioned that you traveled to Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh. So what's there? What's the beauty of that state? And then after that, what's the beauty of Maharashtra? So
See, I would say the craftsmanship.
okay.
They do it with lot of love, like and I think that is across
Yeah,
be it
it is.
Maharashtra or Rajasthan, anywhere, like especially in India, every product, like when they curate or when they create, it's like they put in all the efforts. They are not machine made, right?
Yeah.
So this rock dokra or brass products for that matter, they are not made out of machine.
Okay.
So every product is unique. You can't create a same rock dokra product again.
Yeah.
So I feel that it's that sheer passion for the product. We know how they work, how much they get paid.
Yeah.
So it's only their passion which creates such beautiful products.
Okay. So
And we have a lot of artists who do hand painted paintings,
Okay.
and we procure from them directly.
okay.
Now, of course, we also have imported products because we have to keep up with the market.
Yeah,
We
obviously.
get customers from all across. So there are customers, and especially now in metro cities, like people are leaning towards European interiors or boho style interiors. So we do have mixed products. We do have heritage products, but at the same time we also have modern contemporary products which we normally import directly.
Okay, so what is the percentage of European products and then not European but then the foreign products?
Modern contemporary.
Yeah, modern contemporary and then Indian.
So if you ask in metro cities, it's almost 60-70% metro. Modern.
Okay.
Yeah, and 30-35%. Because nowadays people don't go for vintage interiors, especially if you have your own independent bungalow or you have a farmhouse. That is where you think of little more earthy or vintage kind of interior. So there we have demand for brass or all these products. But especially in cities where you live in apartments, people go for modern, contemporary, and also then they buy such kind of products.
But then in recent times I've noticed that people are leaning more towards the vintage things, vintage artifacts, and then they love that old feel, the vintage feel. What do you say
because
about
see,
it?
if you ask me personally, even I am more even I am lean towards those categories. According to me, why? The reason is very simple. It carries culture, its heritage, and every piece will have a story, and it ages so beautifully with time. Especially if you go for brass, slowly, gradually, it ages. That patina textures which slips into it is something that is why in India we say, right, brass is always an investment. It's never an expense for you.
Yeah.
See, I'm a chartered accountant, so I directly look at the ROI of the product. But yeah, it ages gracefully. All the vintage products, you can pass it on to next generation. I think somewhere in India, people are thinking in that direction. There was a phase where, people were trying to do that short-term gap arrangement kind of a thing. But now people think before buying. They want to tell a story when someone comes to their home, So if they ask, they are this is the product which I bought for so and so reasons. So people like to have that conversation around products.
And then do people buy these artifacts, paintings emotionally, or they just buy it practically?
See, again, mix of crowd. Nowadays, in fact, people are giving a lot of importance to Vastu related products, artifacts. So in Vastu, for example, 7 horses, or a Kuber for that matter, or I would say roaring lion. They said in Vastu they have some specific zones where you keep such pieces, statement of pieces. So people do think logically, and if they follow Vastu, they buy such products. Otherwise, people see, sometimes it also depends on the interior designer. So if an interior designer is showing a particular 3D to a client, that time if they put in some kind of artifacts, wall paintings and all, then customer will come and that I want this one same. So I think it also depends how interior designer is I would say is in with the trends. Whatever is in latest, they will use that in 3D, and then customer will come for those products. But I somehow feel that nowadays people also think emotionally. Initially they do think about budget, but if you like something, then it's it's an emotional buy. So that is also happening. But yeah, I think it should happen more often than, because see, to be very honest, this is something which comes at the end of the project, and then by that time, unfortunately, clients are out of budget, or they feel that let's just move and then we will finish it off. But वो होता नहीं है. It's they'll see, if interior designer is doing it till the end, then they'll make sure that everything is in place. But in case client says that नहीं वो बाद में देख लेंगे, तो वो होता नहीं है. But nowadays people are paying attention, and they ensure that at least basic things are taken care of. So they may not buy 10 artifacts, they may buy 4-5 artifacts, at least important ones, to ensure that their home looks complete. See, if you don't have artifacts or any styling element, your interior will look just done. It won't have that, it won't take that notch higher. If you add all these products, if you do styling, and then it will give lots and lots of beauty to your project.
Without styling, it looks incomplete. People think that styling is additional thing, but no, it's not.
No, it's not. And in styling, I personally feel, especially furnishing. because be it curtains, wallpaper, or like bedding sets for that matter, we still have not reached that level where people give importance to this.
Okay.
I still see that many customers will come for curtains and they will be like, हाँ ठीक है आप मीडियम रेंज के दिखा दो, कर्टन ही तो लगने हैं. But like that curtain takes care of like almost more than 80-90% of your wall, right? Like be it your balcony or any other dining area, more than 80-90% of your wall is covered with your curtains.
And many a times nowadays we see that we have those long curtains, the ceiling height curtains.
Yes,
so
double height curtains.
Double height curtains. So they take the majority of the space.
Yes. And they look beautiful, like
They do,
especially ceiling curtains. And also people should give more importance to it. And I somehow feel that whenever like architect or client is doing budgeting, they should ensure that they have enough budget for these things, because these things beautify your place. They transform your space to a next level. Because especially curtains or cushion covers, throws, even bedding set, for example, like you will get a cotton bed sheet also, you will get a tencel bed sheet also, you will get, nowadays you get bamboo fiber cotton made bed sheets. So there are a lot of other things, even bedding sets. Earlier we used to get only cotton. Now there is quilted, now there is knitted, lot of options, and they look beautiful.
Yeah, they do.
So that feel, that comfort, it automatically gives that luxury, like look and view, and that you can get with these products.
Okay, so right now we talked about soft furnishing. What do you think that people generally make mistakes while buying soft furnishing?
First is quality.
Yeah.
I would say they just feel that we need a bed sheet or we need a bed cover.
Okay.
They don't pay too much attention to which fabric, which color palette. It's like and fabric plays a very important role.
Okay.
आपको बेड कवर 3-4 हज़ार का भी मिल जाएगा, 30-40 हज़ार का भी मिल जाएगा. And I am nowhere talking about only pricing. Even 15-20,000 में you can get a nice one. But people should think, like they should think that extra mile. We should check the quality. We should see, and they are durable. And then it's like see, cotton hai, you can't use it in winter. You will need something quilted or something like comforter kind of a thing. So this is something which you can use all round the year. Okay. So it's a one-time investment, but 2-3 साल आराम से चल जाता है. And the color options which you get, like those pastel colors which are in right now, you will get those in like quilted or knitted bed covers, and they look beautiful. So I somehow feel that people don't pay too much attention, one, on the quality, and second, they try to do a lot of matchy things.
Okay.
Because they don't try to experiment कि कुछ bold statement, like suppose if you have one bedding which is all toned down, nice, soft, but आप एक अच्छा सा bold cushion add कर दो बीच में, which is like like a highlighter, bed runner again. So it's a very small thing, but it elevates that bed.
Yeah.
It looks so beautiful when someone walks in your room and they see like that bed runner is there.
Does bed runner play an important role?
See, from looks point of view, of course. If you ask me, use point of view, nahi hai. But styling, yes.
Okay.
Styling, yes.
And what about the throw?
Throw, see, multi-purpose. Again, one is styling, but you can always like if it's cold, you can just tuck it.
Around,
yeah. So, and of course, main is it highlights. It highlights the entire bedding set. If you have just use a contrast color of a throw, it will just beautify that bedding set also, and that throw you can use as a pop-up on the entire bedding set. So it's all how you style it. And then of course it's you can use it also. It's not that it's there just for styling. You can use it during winter, or if it's like it's raining, you're just sipping tea, then you can just put it on your lap. It brings that warmth. Like you feel very cozy when it's around. It's there on the chair or a sofa. You can just easily. It's very handy also, right? आप हर बार जाके बेड में से नहीं निकालोगे, कुछ ठंड लगेगी. So it's very handy and it elevates.
Yeah, and you can style a throw with anything. You can style it with a couch.
Yeah.
On a bed, so like it's a multi-purpose thing.
Even like you have a puffy on the side.
Yeah.
उसके ऊपर भी आप fold करके रख दो, उसके ऊपर एक book रख दो. It's like you just want to read a book at the same time you are pulling that throw. So yeah, these are very small things, but I would say they add on. Like this is what वो एक घर को घर वाली feeling है ना, ये छोटी चीजों से आती है. Otherwise, yeah, it's all there.
Sometimes it's like आपने फर्नीचर अच्छा कर लिया, फिर उसके बाद आपने बेडशीट अगर वो फर्नीचर के हिसाब से नहीं लगाया, कुछ और लगाई, तो वो फर्नीचर भी उतना अच्छा नहीं दिखता.
Correct.
So that's why furnishing and then soft furnishing go hand in hand.
It should complement. It
Yeah.
should complement each other. And see, अभी at least the good part is हमारे यहाँ पे भी जो customers आते हैं या फिर whenever architect is coming, most of the time they have 3Ds in place which also has bedding colors and all of that. Because see, आप बार बार 3D change नहीं करवाओगे. Even designer would not want to do back and forth with the client. It's like, once freezed, let's just follow so that your selection becomes easy. When they come here, and that is one of the strength, I would say, that has become a biggest strength for our organization. Because initially it was very new for clients, architects and everyone. But now this has become a biggest strength. When they come here with their 3D, they can do all the possible selections here. Right from veneer, laminate, then furnishing, wallpaper, everything they do it together. It's like, you can create your mood board here. सब कुछ बराबर से match हो, not match, but everything should complement with each other. And then that selection becomes easy. You don't have to go to multiple stores.
Right.
You then again think कि वो उसके साथ match होगा, जाएगा नहीं जाएगा. यहाँ पे you can see what is going with what and you can finalize.
Right.
So yeah.
So then we talked about curtains.
Yes.
How important curtains are, and then let's talk about this, and
Yeah.
then there is another follow-up question.
Sure.
Yeah.
See, in curtains also, there are a lot of varieties.
Okay.
We have different types of styles, be it American, ripple or Roman, all of that. But now people are focusing more on hand embroidered curtains.
Okay.
So earlier it was all about books, to be very honest. आप कहीं पे भी जाओगे, catalogs में से select कर लो. But now, out of 10, I would say at least 5 to 6 clients, when they come, they want to have something different.
Okay.
They want to see कुछ अलग क्या है. वही solids अभी बहुत time तक use हो गया.
Right.
Pastel colors भी हो गए. But now we see lot of traction in designer curtains also, where they ask for embroidered curtains, very subtle shears. I'm not saying that when we talk about designers, it should be very bold and all of that. But they want to invest. At the same time, they want to ensure that they're unique. So we also have designers on board जो आपके लिए curate करके देंगे, आपके लिए curtains design करके देंगे, hand embroideries करके दे देंगे. And see, even if you don't have budget, you buy normal curtains, you take from catalogs, but you can always enhance the look of curtain by using trims. See, अभी आजकल वो बहुत सारे pom-poms जैसे आ गए हैं या बहुत अलग-अलग trims आते हैं. So even if you just put it at the end of the curtain, it looks very beautiful. अच्छे tie bags ले लो. Even if your curtain is normal, plain, solid, just use nice tie bags.
Right.
So that can also just elevate. See, people somehow feel कि नहीं बहुत महंगे curtains होते हैं, but you can always balance. You buy a reasonable fabric, but you elevate them with all these accessories. Or you have good designer curtain which is of course different, but normal curtain को भी आप बहुत अच्छा बना सकते हो. You just have to give it a thought कि वो, and you should be open to experiment. I have seen कि कहीं ना कहीं लोगों को ऐसे लगता है कि they will just follow the trend. And अभी लोग Pinterest देख के आते हैं, बहुत सारे खुद के ideas लेके आते हैं, but somewhere we are losing that creativity. That's my personal view again. But you should never shy away from experimenting. आप जब तक अलग चीजें experiment नहीं करोगे, you will not know how will it look. So we've seen people experimenting.
It's on the designer.
Yeah.
People hire designer for this thing.
This, correct, exactly.
So if the designer is someone who likes to experiment, then
yes,
the owner would, obviously the client would experiment.
Yeah. And see, if designer is convinced, I'm sure designer can convince client.
Yeah, 100%.
I have seen so many designers who are so clear as to what they want. And they convince their clients also. It's like, no, this is how it will look, and according to me, this is the best. And see, clients doesn't have any idea, right? Somewhere they go by designer. They have to have trust. Otherwise, तो कुछ move ही नहीं होगी चीजें. तो अगर designer experiment करेगा, तो I have seen most of the time it's good experiment and it turns out to be really beautiful.
Okay.
अगर अलग कुछ करो तो, but someone has to break that thing. So,
And then I've also seen those electronic curtains.
Yeah, motor curtains.
Motor curtains.
Yes.
So what are those and how do they work?
So motorized curtains is again it works on almost all styles of curtains, be it American, Roman, roller or Venetian blinds. So उसमें आपको सिर्फ motorized करके मिल जाता है. आप कोई भी fabric select कर लो, motorized tracks आ जाते हैं, motor आ जाता है, and then it's like, easy to manage.
Okay. And what about the maintenance?
So normally, like, good companies will give you 5 years guarantee warranty.
Okay.
So that's, I think, is more than enough. Anyways,
Yeah.
normally people change after 5,
Yeah.
6 years. But 5 years guarantee warranty comes with the motor product.
Okay.
Yeah.
So people should opt for those
Yeah,
curtains.
and nowadays many people are opting,
Yeah,
especially
they
if
are.
it's a double height curtain, because it makes sense. Otherwise, it's very difficult to move. Double height curtains more than 10-12 feet, we have seen people going for motor
Yeah.
curtains. अगर normal 6-8 feet का है तो नहीं करते
नहीं
हैं.
करते.
But if it's double height, most of the people go, and we also recommend
Yeah.
because it's easy to manage. क्योंकि अगर नहीं किया, किसी ने pull कर लिया तो वो track गिर जाएगा, and then it will be like, अरे वो बार बार. And see, double height curtain लगाने के लिए you need lot of effort. उसके लिए वो what do you call it, पहाड़ बनाओ, ये सब करना पड़ता है. So मोटर लगा दिया तो you are sorted. It doesn't maintenance थोड़ा easy हो जाता है. Yeah.
Okay. How do you decide which painting to buy?
अभी जो ट्रेंड चल रहा है मोस्टली इट्स एब्स्ट्रैक्ट, मोस्टली एब्स्ट्रैक्ट होता है. और लाइक इफ इट्स वास्तु, 7 horses, lotus, love birds, those kind of paintings.
How do you suggest a client to buy a certain artifact?
We ask them first what are they looking for. If they have no idea, then we start suggesting कि क्या किसके साथ अच्छा लगेगा. We in fact also do like mock-ups for them.
Obviously, there must have been a lot of challenges, and then there have been days where you wouldn't have felt great. Tell me, how did you went through those days, and then how did you actually survive those days?
Long story.
Yeah.